Good evening and welcome to episode number 3 of the Dialogue and Love podcast, Sibling Love. So, as I told you all in the previous episodes, that this podcast is all about love and I'm speaking from the heart. So, as always, I tossed around all of the ideas for what I wanted to talk about in the episodes, and I had 3 or 4, like I always do when I write down different notes and stuff. And then it always occurs where I have conversations with people, particularly my sibling, my sister. And it was like we was talking about how much we love each other and how, that's how we know what love feels like and it's unconditional and all of that. And I was like, okay, this is the topic. So the universe, spirit guides, the ancestors always lead me to where I need to be. So this is it. Today is sibling love, y'all. So I always look up certain things and I wanted to know what the textbook meaning of sibling love was. And it says here that sibling love can be described as pure, loyal, and unconditional bond between siblings. Mutual caring and affection that siblings share. And then it says sibling relationships are often one of the longest relationships in a person's life. That's true. They can be unique and invaluable because siblings share a common history, including the same parents, environment, and experiences. It also says here that some say that siblings' love can help people learn to love and relate to others in adulthood. This is because siblings learn to love without needing the other person and instead learn to experience life together and help each other as equals. Now, this is a conversation that my sister and I once again had. We talked about how because we were raised in love and my mother instilled in us to no matter what that we had each other and we loved each other and we had to respect each other. Now, my sister and I are almost 12 years apart. I was 11 years old when she was born, and she was born in November. In that January, the next year in January, I turned 12. So my mother always taught my sister that when I'm not around, this is your mother, and you will respect her as such. In turn, my sister respects me just as much as she respected my mother. My sister and I, in all our years, I'm 52, she's 40, we've never argued. If I saw that she was fucking up as the older big sister, I would tell her, hey, you fucking up. And she would listen to me. My sister just told me in conversation, like, I wouldn't listen to nobody else, but I would listen to you and mama. Even though I didn't do what y'all said sometimes when I was younger, I would listen to y'all. She was like, if I ain't listen to nobody else, I listen to you and my mama. I feel like this dynamic that my mother built into us, and I didn't take advantage of the fact that I was the older sister and just be mean to her and all of that, because the things that my sister told me when she was little, she was like, everything you did, I watched, and it was just like, when I grow up, I'm gonna do that. When I grow up, I'm gonna wear that. When I grow up, I'm gonna have that boyfriend. She was like, when I dated people in high school, she would be like, that's my boyfriend too. It was like, then she said, she said the part about, I learned how to be a Mac from you. Now, when I was coming up as a teenager, I dated a lot. When somebody messed up, I immediately got rid of them. So I dated a lot. And she saw that. She saw that I dated more than one person at a time sometimes. And, I would try it with one person. Okay, that's my boyfriend. And then as soon as he would mess up, he would be out the door. My sister was paying attention to everything that was going on around her. And she is extremely smart and intelligent. And like I said, she paid attention to everything. But what's most important is that my sister has positive memories of us growing up. She always talks about how I dressed her and how I took care of her when my mother was sick and she couldn't. How I taught myself to braid hair so that I could make sure her hair was combed. And I was only like 13, 14. How, I would let her, she thought my friends was her friends because I would let her come hang out with us. To this day, the people that I grew up with, that I'm still in contact with, friends on social media or whatever, they friends with her because my sister is a part of me. I feel in my heart that I manifested her. My mother had no intentions on having another child. And I wanted a sibling so bad. All my life, I was like, I had a stepsister or whatever, but my own sister, like, that was always going to be there because we got the same mom, and wherever we go, she go. So it was like, when my mom was pregnant, I knew it was going to be a girl. And I was so excited. And people, like, adults are weird sometimes because they were saying, she gonna be jealous of that baby. And it's like, what the fuck do you mean? Pardon me, but the fuck do you mean I'm gonna be jealous? I'm happy my mama having a baby. And my mother would cut in like, why would she be jealous of her own baby? And it was my baby. I didn't care what nobody said. It's my baby. I had pictures of my sister. I took them to school, bragged about it. This is my baby sister. I was excited. I would bathe her. I would put her in the little swing, and I would be in the room playing with my Barbies, and she would be in the swing. That's why she fell in love with the Barbies. That's why she loved music so much, because all of the things that I knew, I taught and showed her. And the love that I have for my sister and we have for each other, it is unmatched in my opinion. And I give gratitude to my mom every day. I give gratitude to my ancestors for creating such a loving heart in two people who are complete opposites. Me and my sister are complete opposites, but in ways we are the same because we both have big hearts. We're both very loving. We both funny and just have a good time. We laugh. We can be on the phone. Like last night, we was on the phone for almost 4 hours, laughing and talking and having a good time. And one thing I know about my sister is that when I'm not in the room, she's always going to be standing up for me. So if you go to my sister and try to tell her, even if she might not say nothing to me, if you try to tell her anything about me, she gonna know better. She don't take no shit about me, and I'm the same way about her. Like, I'm the type of person where if you don't like my sister, you don't like me. It's people walking this earth right now that I can't stand because they've done things to my sister, and it's like, you done fucked up because you fucking with my sister, because that's my baby. So I don't understand. We talked about this as well. We don't understand the dynamic of siblings being rivals. We don't understand. I really don't understand the dynamic of siblings doing terrible things to each other, backdooring each other, sleeping with each other's mates, and stealing from each other, and just having this outright hatred or envy for your sibling. That is just crazy to me. I don't understand it. I've never experienced it. I don't get it. And I just want to say right here, right now, that if you have siblings, whether it's sisters, brothers, whatever it is, and you're having these issues where there's a disconnect, because there's always a root. You need to figure out the root of the problem. You need to sit down with someone, a mediator, therapist, whatever it is, and try to figure out what the issues are and why you're torn apart the way that you are. The next best thing to having a parent is having your sibling. And I'm not talking about in the aspect of cooking and cleaning for you and all of that kind of stuff, but for somebody who's going to look out for you and has your best interest at heart. If you have that type of love and connection with your sibling, that is a blessing in itself. I know a lot of people who are an only child, and you might have cousins or something that serve that same purpose, or a best friend that serves that same purpose. Because I always say, like I said before, blood is not what makes family. Blood makes you relatives, but family is that love and the connection that you have with one another. Um, my sister, we talked about my children. She has 4 children, and I have 2. I have a son and a daughter. And, I have a reputation for, in my former life, having been this mean-spirited person and just going off on everybody and all of that. But my sister said this one thing. She said, yeah, she said, you might have been mean. You might have been going off on people. She was like, but they gave you a reason. She was like, you wasn't just mean and going off on people for no reason. They did something to you. She recognized that. She was like, you the kind of person where she called me a lover girl when it comes to relationships with, men, romantic relationships or whatnot. She like, you not that dirty type person. You're the type of person where, you're going to give your all to the relationship, and any relationship you care about, you're going to give it all your energy. So she was like, that's why you take it to heart when someone does you wrong. And she recognized that in me. Now, I'm saying all of this because sometimes we don't recognize things in ourselves, and we question certain things about ourselves. Like, why am I like this? Why I can't just ignore? Why I can't just push stuff to the side? Why I can't just go ahead and get over it and move on? Other people do that, but I'm not that person. Now, I'm an Aquarius. And we have this reputation of being these people who are so standoffish and don't care about nothing. And that is the reason why, when I really care, when I really love, when I really give my all to someone, it hurts deeper, because I'm no easy win when it comes to that type of stuff. It ain't easy for somebody to get in my heart. It ain't easy for somebody to get in my emotions. It's not easy for somebody to get in my head. So when you've gotten there, I'm giving you all this genuine love and support and caring. And if you're not appreciating it and reciprocating it, that's where the problem comes in, because it's people that I've dealt with that I don't give them a second thought because of how they've treated me in the past. I learned my lesson from that, and I've moved on. There's also people that I still deal with, but from afar. I have no hard feelings. I've healed from whatever we've dealt with, whatever problems or situations arose. I was able to get over it, because some people you still kind of have to have a connection with. When you have children with someone, that makes you family. Certain love between you and someone, that makes you family. No hard feelings, I just can't deal with you. And then other people you can call and have a cordial conversation, because I don't care how old your kids get, you and their daddy or you and their mama, y'all gonna have conversations, because those are your mutual children. And especially if you got grandchildren, you gonna discuss certain things. What we gonna do to help them or what have you. But once again, I am grateful for the love that I have of my sibling and from my sibling. My sister is a beautiful person, and we both will go to the ends of the earth for each other. Now, I'm going to talk about my brother. He is not my birth brother. We don't have the same mother. We don't have the same father. But he calls me his sister mama, because he know I'm going to get on him. Him and my sister the same age. You know I'm going to get on him when he messing up. When he comes to me and asks me advice, I'm going to give it to him straight. I'm not mean. I'm not nasty. I'm not cussing him out. But I'm telling him what he needs to hear. And he does the same thing with me. We lean on each other as siblings, because that's the brother I never had. Now, I got big cousins and all of that kind of stuff, but this man, in the last 11 years that I've known him as my brother, has been salt of the earth and stellar in my life. And I appreciate him more than he'll ever know. I can tell him all day long. Now, these are the same people that I talked about in the last episode who love me unconditionally. And I'm going to keep talking about them, because that's where I feel the most love from these people. So, again, doesn't have to be blood related. That's my brother from another. and he gonna be my brother from now on. We are all siblings in love. We're related in love. I'm grateful for it. It's unconditional. There's no stipulations on it. It's just genuine. And that's what's most important. And that's what I've always been taught and has been instilled in me, is to, no matter what, be genuine. So when you find someone that is genuine, or you got that brother or sister and they're always there and y'all tight and y'all can talk about anything, cherish that. Love them, hold on to them, especially if you no longer have your parents. My sister always talking about we orphans because our mom is gone and her dad passed away, and my father is basically non-existent in my life. But yeah, I just wanted to celebrate siblings today. I just wanted to talk about that sibling love and how it's unique and it's important, and we need to focus on healing relationships with our siblings if it's possible. If you don't have that connection with your sibling, figure out why and try to get together and grow closer in your bond. If it's just the two of you, or if it's 3 or 4 or 5 of you, because my nieces and nephews, is for them, they're all tight because my sister took what was given to her and instilled in her from my mom and put it into her children. Now, my children might be at odds with each other at times, but they always got each other's back. And that's what's important. It shouldn't be any backstabbing amongst siblings. It shouldn't be any just outright against your sibling, because there's a root to it and you got to figure out what it is. Why do you feel this way? And why would you do these things? And why do they feel this way? And why did they do these things? Figure it out, y'all. That's coming from the heart. Figure it out, because I wouldn't trade in the love that I have from my sister and my brother from another for nothing in this world. It ain't nothing in the world that I wouldn't do for them, and it ain't nothing in this world that they wouldn't do for me. And I'm grateful for it. So, if you guys have siblings and you haven't spoken, reach out, extend the olive branch, figure out how you can fix it, and you guys can move on in love. Alright, so that's everything that I have on this topic today. I hope this blesses someone and made somebody's heart open up. And if you have the same kind of love that I have for my siblings, then have fun, revel in it. Congratulations. And give some love and appreciation to your mama and or your daddy for creating you all, for being loving, big-hearted creatures. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the last the introduction and the first and second episodes. I appreciate everybody so much. You can go to YouTube, Dialogue and Love Podcast. You can also go on Facebook. If you don't have Spotify, you can watch on either one of those platforms. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I'm sending you peace, light, positive energy, and healing vibes. I'll see you soon, macaroons. Let's continue to dialogue and love. Bye.